Alright, alright. Welcome to episode 3. Man, I'm sometimes I wonder about my mental state. But episode 3 of the Terraria modded playthrough. I did a little bit of I did one or two things off camera. And when I say that, I mean I moved in my bed and all of this stuff. As I said, I'm gonna be like, you know, doing different stuff, adding like a little bit of a basement and stuff like that. I'm going to be adding that after I get like the magic storage mod. Like once I get access to that stuff later. Mostly it's like I have to use one of the big things is diamonds. If I can remember where I put them. Diamonds, I know each boss drops a shadow diamond, which can also be used for, that along with the normal diamonds. I also got you know, my NPCs moved in. So I also put like those up, but those are just for, looks. There's a lot, a lot of NPCs that could already spawn in. That's one of the things I like about this mod, the NPC mod, where it shows me which ones can spawn in, as well as like um their what's it called, like their requirement, spawn requirement. So yeah, I got these right now. I'm gonna be building like pylons and pylon towns and stuff in a bit. Or in a different, or like in between episodes. Those might be just something I'll make in between episodes, and if I need to, I might maybe post time lapses or whatever of those. I'm not sure. My friends say don't post like the whole building process. Just post like before and after, or maybe like a tiny time lapse, depending on how small the project is. But I got all of them in right now. Some of them are like the modded ones. This one's just like pets. I forget what this person was from, what mod they're from. The zombie was, I got him from defeating the um, Blood Moon once. So yeah, he's got stuff. Zoologist, normal. This guy's just like a guide. Um, the cobbler sells a bunch of different types of shoes. This guy, I probably should have got him moved in a lot earlier. Could buy literally any type of wood, a bunch of different blocks and stuff early on. 6 copper each. I could have bought a bunch of stone and clay instead of having to go mine it, but you know what? It is what it is. I got like my main ones. This could be like where my main guys are. I'm talking Goblin Tinker, probably gonna go here. Um, I usually move him. I know the tracker, he'll probably go here. Dryad, once I get the. That's the thing though, is like once I get the other pylons built to get like teleportation going. Um, which at least that's the nice thing about like jungle. Jungle's decently far. That like desert's kinda close. I need to do something about that. Holy. I don't want to. I might throw this world into the T-edit. One of my friends was talking about that earlier. I might throw this world in the T-edit and just purify all this, because that is spreading super fast for some reason. Um, take a look at it. Yeah, why is this spreading? What if I... Oh, there we go. Dang it. I'm just gonna get a bunch of bombs. I have a bunch of bombs. I'm just going to throw a crap ton of bombs down that hole. So I'm back at the base, of course. What I did was, I should have, you know, just done it there, but I'm back. I flattened out the area, so it's like animated, it's kind of, you know, sloped. I'm gonna mine this back. It's just that over here doesn't have grass. It's got some down here that could hopefully rise up and stuff. But, you know, you never know how long that's gonna take. God dang it. So, yeah, I have that, you know, strip going from there because that's gonna spread this way. Those are gonna come up, and then, yeah, that'll spread and stuff. So hopefully that brings it across to there, and then I'm gonna mine that back, and that's gonna be like my surface fishing hole. So I think as well, I'm probably gonna fix this up as well over here, so I can get ready for the first boss. I wanna, you know, in this episode, I wanna beat a few bosses, you know. Trying to think if there's anything I can get at the moment. That bow is so bad. I might do a bit more mining as well, just to get some more ore and bars and stuff. Just because at the moment, wow, I can't. That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I gotta jump up here to freaking be able to use that. Gold pickaxe. Trying to see what else I can get at the moment. That might be useful. Not really seeing much. Dagger, rogue stuff. Thrower class. That's the thing I don't know about because like Thorium adds classes and then Calamity adds classes. There's there's now 3 different like ranged classes that aren't like magic based. Ranger, normal like vanilla ranger, you know, your guns, your bows. But then there's also rogue. Um, that's like you can like rogues has like some throwable stuff. Um, where is it? Thrower class. Then there's the oh what weapon was that I had earlier? Yeah, like okay, like rogues. They use like that's a boomerang. Like so I don't know. I might try a bard. That's the thing is there's so many I haven't used. Seems like it's like magic, but that you know comes back way quicker. You know. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go, um, even this out over here as well. I know. I'm doing a lot of like you know. I'm doing a lot of like evening out and stuff and fixing of the land right now, but hey, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. And I forgot I died, so I don't have my guys. And then I accidentally opened that. I'm an idiot. At this point, I want to wait till day. Why does nighttime just suck so early on? But I'm going to flatten it out, and I'm going to go do some more mining, maybe get some more materials, and do all that jazz. And then maybe look at getting some, you know, better stuff before my first boss, the Grand Thunderbird. So, I'm going to do that, and I'll be back. So, I'm back.
It's instantaneous. It's instantaneous. As you can see from all the talents I got from the things. I went from there. I just cut out like this slope, flatten this all the way to here. Kind of went up, flatten this a bit, and it's just a gradual slope down. Flatten that and that. Added all that, so hopefully fight a boss here soon. I might prepare a bit better. I have like no armor on and stuff, so I'll probably prepare a bit more, but I gotta decide on that. But we will see. I might go mining now. I just want to kind of give like a progress, you know, where I'm at kind of thing. So I'm gonna probably go mining now. I might probably get full gold armor. So I will be back after the short intermission.
Okay. I wasn't recording, and basically a goblin army showed up. I was doing a few things. Not just a few things, a lot of things off camera. I have it to where if I click off the game, it pauses, basically. Um, but I didn't want to show it if I, you know, even if a boss spawned in normally, I didn't want to show it. Usually, like, I got, you know, the Eye Cthulhu, you know, you feel an evil presence watching you. I got it earlier, and I just went down in the mine so it wouldn't spawn, because I don't feel like I'm ready for it yet. But, I was doing a few things. I broke some of the, orbs, just so I can get a gun, so I can get the arms dealer, which he's here. I got him in. But because I have max hearts, it had a goblin army, and then Eye Cthulhu. So this is kind of like a test run to see how, you know, how good I do. I don't even like. Crap. I don't even have like a oh, I kind of have like that other arena set up. I'm just trying to get to that arena. Oh my god. First try. I've been in the mine, so I gotta get rid of a few things. That. That. Crap. There we go. And we got the dryad. We're gonna be getting a lot of people moving in now. Just with the, yeah, that was... Oh, when did I get a slime staff? Dang. But, like, that's crazy. Be it first try. I'm gonna move these kind of over here. But yeah, like I was saying, I've done a few things. So I went down and I blew up a few orbs. That's spreading nicely. I made a mine building, and like it looks like a little trail, as you saw when I ran past while in the fight. I got everything walled all the way down to hell. So I got that all set up. I was over here, so right now I'm kind of flattening this. I'm making a boss arena for the Crabulon, whatever. One of the Calamity bosses. So, yeah, I'm making a, I was kind of flattening this. I was going to make one level here. I was going to make another level with, platforms here. And then I was thinking about just taking out this. I'm just making, or like, maybe making part of this, like this middle part right here. It depends on how I'm feeling. So I'm making at least this layer here. I'm gonna mine this out. I'm gonna put platforms here. And then I also might like get rid of like this middle up here or something, just in case if I'm fighting the boss. If I'm fighting a boss over here and I need to, I can kind of go up into here. You know? I also have it to where I can go like over here, up and then up and over, just like that. That was what I was doing, and then it's like Goblin, and it was like Goblin Army. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm down here, I'm good for now. And then I died, and then I got sent back up into the Goblin Army. Trying to think of what else. And then, yeah, I was just kind of preparing for bosses. And I am out of space. 1 second. Just get... here. What really came in clutch during that fight was the what really came in clutch was the flying carpet. It's flying, like, as you saw, like my running speed was not as quick. Like, it's usually at this point in the game your running speed is not as fast as like the dashing speed when like the Cthulhu was like dashing speed. So that actually came in handy with that. So it was just slightly faster. I'm gonna put that in there. Healer class, spike bomb. Cthulhu. In ages past, heroes made names for themselves facing such monsters. Now they run rampant, spawning from vile influences left unchecked. They blend well with horrific injustice. of their forebears. Slaying one merely paves the way for dozens more. Surely this one does not concern you either. That's magic. I'll store that. Also store that. Okay, let's see what we got. Tracker. He's huge. Available contracts. So basically, the tracker is a part of the Thoria mod. And his his big thing is you kill enemies and you get whatever, like, you can then use the medals that I just had, those red medals. You can then use them in his shop. So, like, these are killing one of those 3 enemies in, like, in the underground. Killing one of the gold dudes. Killing a pinky, get you, like, a pink slime staff. Damsel in Distress is getting, like, the magnet, killing the lost girl. Some of these, I don't think I've ever gotten Ark of the Lost Raider. You should find, undead bones or whatever in the, underground, jungle. Beast of the Maze, this one's huge. Gotta kill a Minotaur in the dungeon. I forget that one. And then once you get to hard mode, you get more. So right now I can get, the Tracker Skinning Blade. Tracker Board, I can just place this on a wall and then I can look at the, commissions and stuff, whatever. I'm just looking at this Tracker Skinning Blade. I mean, I have a 20 damage weapon. But the best ones are this one, because you get a Grim Pedestal and it basically gives you a demon altar wherever you place it, you can pick it up. I don't know what that one does. This one makes it to where you can teleport. It's a infinite consumable item that lets you teleport to the dungeon, or the dungeon entrance. Okay. They can actually spawn in. Oh. That's the thing is, I wish I could toggle which ones actually spawn, because I don't want half these people here. So, I messed up again. So, because the way I do it is I have the recording paused, and so for the first 2 episodes, I didn't have it paused, and I just kept it going, and then I'd cut it. This time I'm trying something new where I'm just like, I'm going to the side screen, and I'll pause the recording, but give it a little bit of like leeway, so I can put like a transition and stuff in there. I can cut it, put a transition. I forgot, so I went over and I spawned I was gonna fight the 2 desert bosses, and so this one's the Grand Thunderbird. This one's from Thorium. You get the it's almost like a flare gun, but it's made with like talons and stuff from the vultures and stuff. But I got a few more upgrades since I was last showing, and I did a few things, so I'll show those after I beat these 2 desert bosses. So, unfortunately, during this part of the recording, my game audio was not being captured. Totally on me. The way my recording setup works is that it captures the .exe, and if I close my game out at all, I have to redo that connection. It's a simple window that shows up. Um, so, but it doesn't really refresh, and I didn't really think about it at all. So yeah, I didn't reconnect to the files, so it didn't connect. It didn't capture the audio while I was still talking, and it would capture me still. Um, that's the Grand Thunderbird down. It's not the, it's kind of one of those, oops, my bad. I'll try to be better at it next time. But looking at the boss here, Grand Thunderbird easy, 3,000 health. The Desert Scourge is a bit of a more annoying boss, just because even in early game, 10,000 health is kind of a lot for early game. I want to say it was the eye had like 5,000, 6,000. Well, this has 10,000. Supposed to fight this beforehand. Yeah, it's like one of the worms. This part can get a little annoying because once it'll spawn the two desert nuisances, and you have to kill both of those before you can get back into the fight with it. So it's kind of a luckily, I feel like I am way overpowered for this fight. So the amount of damage they do isn't as bad as well. As you can see, they're doing like 3, 4 hearts maybe, and I have 20. So not bad, defense wise. One down, and so I am a little afraid of some of the future bosses. I know Skeletron's my main concern right now out of all the bosses I could fight, because he is like a run, not a run ender, but I've had to on other playthroughs, just like I've just bitten the bullet and just gotten like a weapon from one of my other characters from after hard mode, or not after hard mode, but like from after Skeletron to help beat him, just because the way he moves in single player, and I'll be honest, I've never done the strategy one of my friends was talking about with the whole, just throwing bombs or grenades. But there is the Desert Scourge. Depths of the underground desert are rumbling. Desert wind is blowing ferociously. Desert Scourge has been defeated. No longer after you. Both of those. And I can also check. Once it was a majestic sea serpent that threatened none but microscopic creatures it consumed. After Ilmaris was incinerated, it became familiar with the hunt to survive, to quickly learn to seek greater prey. Fortunately for the Scourge, it seems it too was prey in the end. After all, there is always a bigger fish in the sea. So, I mean, just look at like the stuff they can drop. All kind of, this one's, I mean, it's not gonna be able to drop anything I want, Um, Desert Scourge. It's not a bad armor set. At least that helmet looks cool. Um, that will burn to the ground, launch of enemies. Ooh. Ooh. I might fight it again off camera and try to get this weapon. Let's get the King Slime's next. Anything I'd want? I don't think there's anything from the King Slime I really even want. Torch God, that's just, underground. That one's easy to do. Giant Clam. Whoa. Clam 167 damage. You can't, it says this, but you can't get, like, I think it's 3 of these. I think you can't get any of these items until after, hard mode. I'm gonna fight it anyways. Just, fight it. But then, like, after, King Slime, the next real one is Crabulon. Just 2 rogue weapons. I'm looking at rogue weapons and also, like, ranger stuff. Because they kind of go, I would say, not exactly 100% hand in hand, but, kind of. Just because it's going to be building a lot of the same things of ranged damage. I mean, I don't know what stealth does. But, like, if I get to a certain range, I hit it for 80 to 90 damage per second. Well, this is like 60 damage a second, Depends on the range. But we'll see about that. Because I have one of the pylons already set up down here. Let me go show you real quick. So, yeah, with the I got the fledgling wings. So I made a few things off camera. Got the diving gear. I got the Spectre boots. I got a cloud in a bottle or a cloud in a balloon. I got fledgling wings because I have the thing with the extra wing slot. Um, and then I made this down here for my new NPCs. I gotta also go into there at some point. But yeah, I kind of made. Hopefully, enemies don't spawn. I filled the top with lava. I was able to get a bunch like lava veins nearby and drain it to the top. Got a bunch of lava underneath the walkways, make it red, kind of almost like a dwarven hall or whatever. Forge furnace. You got the blacksmith right here. You have this dude and the him there. There's like a almost like a mine shaft there with some ore right there. Kind of an overlook spot, almost like it's a castle wall. Kind of, it's a little similar to what I made in my one of my other worlds, but um, you can see by it kind of looks a little weird. There's a bunch of open room here, because that's and then a bunch of open room here, as you can see, that drains down to here. The reason why I made this like this was for when it gets to hard mode for corruption or hollow. The way it put that in there and then make my sandstone in a bottle. Menacing too. Let me place this down. I can use it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I see how it works. Basically, I have to, if I want to teleport to a specific pylon with this one, that I can only teleport to 3 other pylons from this. I can only teleport to this pylon when one's nearby. Or it seems like. That's stupid, but okay. I can wait. Teleport to another pylon when are nearby. So, and you can only get one of these. So it seems like I have to have one close by and not all the way up there. So I'm like out of freaking housing. I legit might put the guide in here on that side, just to make it easier. I put the Entev down here. Hopefully he moves in. And then that one should work. But I think King Slime next. Which I need to get his summon, which is at a demon altar. Okay. I think I may be starting it just, just right here at this point. And just kind of, I might go out, past here, but I'm thinking about using this as just base height, At the King Slime. Oh, he has way less health than the, He has way less health than the Desert Scourge. That thing had 10,000 health. Wow, being able to make... I know you can give fledgling wings in the base, in base Terraria, but you have to find them in, like, sky chests and stuff. But man, having wings early on is so... it's huge. Well, dude, I'm confident. I'm confident. Let's get my, level 15. I got my... range damage up. King Slime. Given time, these gelatinous creatures absorb each other and slowly grow in both in size and strength. There's little need to worry about this. Naturally, slimes are are nearly mindless and amass only by chance, though it appears they are capable of absorbing knowledge, if only in rudimentary form. Wait a minute. Basically, it's a battle of attrition, and you can't leave, like, the underground. You summon 100 torches, and they all just start firing at you for the torch god's favor. I've died to this thing before. I might die. Because the damage starts to rack up, because there's just so many of them. Oh, crap. Bang. Basically, Torch God's Favor, consumable. Unlocks an ability to toggle to the left of the inventory. Like block swap, hotbar. When enabled, normal torches change according to biome. Oh. We'll keep it on, because I like it. That is where I'm going to end episode 4. So...
Did quite a few things. Beat our first bosses, even though some of them were a little, you know, little rushed. Didn't really think about it. Kind of unexpected. Not, not unexpected that I was gonna defeat them. Just kind of how, like the Eye Cthulhu. I was more expecting to have to summon that in, but nevertheless, thanks for watching this episode. Hit that. You gotta hit that like and subscribe button. You know. Hopefully everyone does that. Did you know? 80% of my viewers aren't subscribed. Crazy, am I right? So yeah, hopefully next episode, get some more upgrades and stuff. I'm thinking maybe try to get the next 2 upgrades on the boots and stuff. Probably get it do some off-camera stuff, like going to the exploring jungle a little bit more, exploring the underground snow, getting some houses set up over there for I might use that living tree. Personally, I might use that. I think that actually is a giant one. It's a giant mahogany tree that goes down. Low key might make like a tree house looking base, like Ewok huts, off of that tree, and then boom, that's make 4 to 6 houses, maybe even 8. Do some exploring over there, and with the snow, I usually will make an underground base, mostly because this thing with like the desert here. The hard part about making bases, or like making like the pylons with Calamity, is when you get into hard mode. There's the hollow takes over, the corruption starts to spread, and then there's also a new biome. Calamity adds a new like astral biome in, so it gets a little annoying because like with my snow biome and my other world, it gets like mostly taken over and destroyed. So a little difficult to figure out, like, okay, do I want to build it underground, but then it might get taken over by corruption or hollow in the in hard mode. So it's just kind of stuff I have to prepare for. That's why I kind of made this the way it was, just so that it's a little bit more defended against corruption and kicking my NPCs out. But yeah, we'll see how that goes, because I might just make my desert houses over here, or like, if this is still technically a part of the desert, I might make them over here or something, or right here, and just so I have that teleport ready. And then, or I might make make this desert, make that, and then make my underground snow biome one, make the pylon down here, desert pylon up here, and then you get over here, and then usually next to the dungeon I make the mushroom pylon over here, and which then it's also close to this. We'll see. I might also go into the underground desert more, off camera, but kind of just showing you what I'm looking at doing next. Kind of a lot to do, but with that, I will see you in the next one.